Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Endeavours for the 26th of February. As always, timecodes can be found below or in the description if you just like to skip straight ahead to one Endeavour or if you want to skip through some stuff that you already know. So this set here, everything's good. I would personally go with purchasing dining room furnishings and ghosts, but these two options can be potentially okay options if you can't find yourself a dining room furnishing. That being said, if you can find yourself one of these and a house, this one's really easy to do, and you only need one dining room furnishing for like this to be easy all the time. Like no matter what, how many times you get this in the future, you just need that one dining room furnishing, and it's all easy. But if you don't want to deal with that, then yeah, obviously just go these two. They'll just be a little slower. This one might cost you a bit of gold as well, though. Like probably more than dining room furnishing is probably going to cost you, maybe. Okay, so I'm going to start with ghosts and purchasing from guild traders, because you can kind of... There's a couple of places you can do these both relatively quickly. Oh, I've been disconnected. Great. Alright, thank you Dynamics, we're back. Okay, so with ghosts, I almost always go to start playing here. This, the reason I use this, and especially it's going to be great today, is it's right next to a wayshrine that everybody has access to. That's why it's not always the best option though, because it's going to be usually very packed with other players. But what you can do is just go here, kill your 5 ghosts, and then run over here and get your guild trader over here. So whichever one you want to do, you just do both. Make sure you do both of these today. All right. So what you do is just come in here, grab this one, grab that one. Just damage them. Don't worry about killing them, because as long as you do a bit of damage, it works for you. So yeah, you can see there's 3 there. Grab these 2 as well. Just let these other people get a hit in. And there you go. So yeah, pretty easy. So from the wayshrine, just go the other way. Just come in here. There's a lot of guild traders in this game, but it's just, these are both convenient for you today. So Tana Levu here. It doesn't really matter what guild trader it is, but just being able to use this guild trader is good. So start the search, and then at the top here, just go total and click this so the up arrow is going upwards, and just buy whatever's at the very top, because this is going to be the cheapest item. You're usually going to be able to get an item for really cheap here, so I'll just buy these natural water for 6 gold. The amount of gold you probably get from those ghosts is usually going to be enough to pay that off alone, so yeah. So there's 2 really quick to do. Now I'll just go through a couple of other areas to find some ghosts and to find some guild traders. Because yeah, maybe start playing here is a little bit busy. So yeah. Devil's Watch Wayshrine, Stonefalls, zone in the sort of northeast side of the map. Another good option is Betnik over here. So once you get here, just look for the Wayshrine, unlock this, and then head over here. You'll find a guild trader right here. This guy here, Gatrug. Yeah, same thing, just go into the menu, search, and make sure the total here is with the little up icon. And yeah, you can see some really cheap stuff here too. And then once you've got the item from that, just head north to Miracelli up here, and there'll be a lot of ghosts here too. This will be a lot less busy usually than the one in Stonefalls. So personally, I like to go here. Otherwise, if it's like peak hour or something, or if like there's just much more players on, because yeah, up here you can see a lot of ghosts here too. If you've never been to Betnik before, you can fast track getting here using home tours. I've got a video in the description in Endeavours Prep for how that works. Just check that out if you need to know how home tours works, but you can find it here in the group tab. So just head to Seavale Spire, it's called. So this one here. So yeah, just start there and just head out, and as soon as you enter this place, you'll unlock this wayshrine, but yeah, you just go to the guild trader just next door and then just up here. 2 more good locations you can check is Tanzerwil, just northwest of the Volcal Guardway Shrine in Oridon, which you've also got by default, so it's very easy getting here. You can also use Esduin up here, which has a lot of ghosts as well, and there's also a house with home tours. You can get there really easily too. Also worth mentioning that the guild traders in Skywatch are right next to Esduin too, so Esduin's probably a great option too today, because you've got 5 traders instead of 1 if you want to get the cheapest option possible in a zone. Alright, now on to dining room furnishings. This one is probably the most painful of any of the furnishings options, because there are no dining furnishings that you can just purchase from a vendor like you can with every other option. You either have to buy it from players, which is usually expensive, or you can craft one yourself, which requires heartwood, which is also expensive. So yeah, whichever way, or you can use crowns. If you have like 40 or I think it's 20 crowns actually, something like that, like a really low amount, but you do need crowns and they cost money. So those are the 3 ways. Firstly, if you want to check if you currently own a housing dining room furnishing, you can go to your houses that you have, go to housing editor, go browse, and then at the tabs here, you want to go retrieve. If you do have a dining furnishing, it will show up here, so you can click this and you can find it and it'll show you what it looks like. So either you can put it away here, or you can do the same thing by finding it around your house. So here's the table here. You go click on it, put it away. Don't just click on it and then click back again to put it down. That doesn't work for the Endeavor. It has to go into your inventory and then be placed out of it, which is why the left click spam thing doesn't work. The quickest way is, putting it away like that and then using undo and redo instead. So Z to undo on keyboard and then Y to redo, Z to undo again. That's the quickest way. On keyboard, on controller, it's just instead of it's the right and left bumpers instead. So yeah, it's really easy to do console or keyboard. First, point out that this house is one of the ones that you need to pay real money for. However, this is probably the only house I'd recommend. Did I just get... Oh no, I didn't get... fucking PTSD from getting kicked out. So if you don't have a house yet, if you've already got one, don't buy this. I don't think it's worth it. But if you don't, this is probably one of the best houses as far as like what it costs versus what you get in the game. Because the house itself is not too big, it's not too small though. And it looks very pretty though. And you also, with this deal, you get like 800 crowns or something. You pay like $8 or $7, Australian anyway, or like 9 or something. So it's not super expensive. This house, you have to go to the website and you go store. And it shows up around alongside the crowns down here. So it's this thing here. So yeah, $7 Australian and 800 crowns. That's kind of like what you'd pay for. Yeah, like look at this. Like for that same amount, you're paying more than that, and you're getting a whole fucking house. So this is like one of the best deals in the game. Like every other, usually the ones that you have to buy with money are fucking crazy expensive. This one isn't, and you basically get it for free considering how much the crowns cost. So if you want a house and you don't want to have one yet, I would recommend this because it comes standard with a dining furnishing. So it will solve that issue as well. It doesn't come with any other really relevant furnishing as far as like the more difficult ones to get are, but yeah, it's probably the only house I recommend in this game, to be honest. Alright, if you want to get some dining furnishings, I'll just first run through how to get a house. You can get one for free, I'll show you how. So what you want to do is head to... I think the best way shown to use would be this one here in Oridon, to go to where Mariska's public house is here. Because there's an NPC you can talk to who gives you a house for free if you just talk to her. Because completing the quest, that's all you have to do. Just literally just finish the conversation. Alright, here we are. So just turn around, go into this building here. It's on the northwest side of the Wayshrine. In here you'll see this NPC. Just talk to her. Start the quest by just having a chat with her. And to complete the quest, you just do the same thing. So you get some gold. You'll get a house here that shows up if you don't have one already. And once you complete the quest, it will show up in your map tab. So you go map, you go houses, and it'll show up under the collected section. So it'll either be this house, or this house here. Which one you get just depends on the alliance that you do that quest on. Alright, here's where it gets annoying. So trying to get yourself a dining furnishing, there's none that are really cheap that you can get easily, unless you have like specific quests completed in certain zones and you have a lot of money to spend on like the achievement furnishings with some of the vendors. So I'm just going to try and go through the easiest ones that are always accessible by anyone and are not super expensive. So probably the best thing to do is try and look for some cheap deals on guild traders. And I'll try and go through this as best I can. So what I'll do is I'll link this in the description for you to take a look at. This lists every single furnishing in the game that counts as some kind of a dining furnishing. So it lists them all here so you can see how much they cost with crowns. As you can see here, this one from Luxury Furniture, sometimes that shows up. But what you're mainly looking for is green quality ones that you can get through the guild traders. So if I just go here and I just type in go Furnishings, just so otherwise if you go all, it shows you blueprints too, which are not really going to be useful to you unless you already have heaps of the materials lying around. So just go chair and just see if there's any green quality ones, because here's the issue. These are dining furnishings, but they're very expensive. Obviously you can buy one and it's done. If you've got a lot of money to spare, you can just do that, but sometimes these are very expensive. So what you'll want to do is look up, so what I've asked you to do is, just like yesterday, Tamriel Trade Center, really helpful for this. So just make sure you pick what server you're on. So I'm on EU PC, so I'm just going to choose that. And now you want to go Advanced Search. So just make sure you select in here, go Furnishings. Again, same reason you'll get blueprints otherwise. And then go, just type Share. And then go any quality, set it to Fine, because that's usually going to be the only things that are really cheap. Even then, some of them are ridiculous. So yeah, 700 gold for Lehman chair slatted, but you can go price here, sort by lowest. A couple of really cheap options here. So Breton chair slatted. Oh, Devon's watch. What do you know? So it didn't even occur to me that you honestly can do this one as well today. If you buy your chair. Oh, looks like it's gone anyway. So yeah, you could just look around for that sort of stuff. Maybe you'll be able to find some kind of option. And you don't just have to go chairs, obviously. Like, just make sure you check these words here. So just type these words in, and maybe there's a bench that's like cheap. We'll see. Here's the problem again. So it didn't save the settings I put in. So Furnishings, green quality. Just be a bit careful of that. Oh god. High Elf Bench, Firegrave though, that's a DLC zone. First on Oridon, so yeah, you can see what I mean. So just try and look for some of those and use those as a dining furnishing. Now, the other options, I'll go through them. So the second one is if you can find a carpenter, like this guy here, open the menu with them, like the vendor merchant menu, sorry. And what you're looking for is this thing here, this common table slanted. This is a dining furnishing, and it's mostly pretty easy to make. Pitch and nickel, they're very common resources to find. Heartwood, though, not so much. You can cut logs of wood in the environment, and if you've been doing endeavors in the past, those, you might have some heartwood lying around, but these are very expensive. They're like several hundred gold each. And normally people sell them in big stacks of 200 or like even 50. And in those cases, that's a lot of gold to be spending just like trying to get one 15 seal endeavor done. Is it even 15 today? Yeah, it's 15. So yeah, whether you think that's worth the time is entirely up to you. The third option, which I'll show you now, is purchasing a crown item, which you can do in a house. Now it's only like 20 crowns, I think. So it's like, what is that? Like probably 50 cents or some shit. So yeah, obviously in the grand scheme of things, it's not a big deal. But usually, like, to fill up your crowns, if you've got none, you have to pay more than that. You have to pay like 10 bucks. But that's another thing. So whether you think that's worth it is entirely up to you. I personally wouldn't. I think spending gold in any case is much better than anything that you have to spend like crowns on at the same time. Save that for stuff you can't buy with gold. But yeah, so what you want to do, sorry, I'm in the wrong menu. Go Housing Editor, go Browse, and go to Purchase, this one. And then go down to Dining here, and you can see there's all these items. The cheapest one that I know of is this rough Argonian chair here for 20 crowns. I think there's a couple of other ones for 20 crowns, but that's like the easiest one I know to find. It's right at the front of chairs here. So you can buy that one and do the same thing. Other than that, I personally wouldn't do anything else. My usual go-to for that, if I wanted a dining furnishing right now to do this, is I would definitely look at the Guild Trader option. Because, yeah, like 400 gold, that's probably the amount you're going to spend on just the heartwood alone. So, yeah. And looking at, like, there's a Tamriel, like, crown to gold system, like, gifting community. And it's like one crown is like 1,500 gold. So 20 times that, that's way more than you're going to spend on like a 400 gold item. So theoretically, 400 gold is a great deal compared to 20 crowns for a chair. So realistically, just buy one for gold, please. Save yourself the effort. Okay, dealing damage with siege weapons, potentially very quick, but potentially can cost you a bit of gold. That being said, you will have to go through guild stores for this anyway, so like if you want a cheap deal. So you could also get the purchasing from guild traders option done really easily while you're trying to do this one too. So again, as it's like you can do purchasing from guild traders with some of the other options, which is cool. So what you're looking for is, I think the only thing you need is a fire ballista, just one. There's a couple of ways to get this. The worst case scenario, you can just buy one for 750 gold from siege vendors, but you can also find these from guild traders being sold by other players. So again, I want to bring up Tamriel Trade Center. I'll make sure this is in the description as always. Just go to your server, and you want to check. So you want to go to your character menu, and whatever this thing is, whatever it says, the second word is what you want to type in. So Dominion, and then you want to go F, like fire. So Firebolt Ballista, that's what you're looking for. So always Firebolt Ballista. Just search for that, and then just see if there's any recent deals for some of these for like really cheap. So 80 gold for 2, that's great. 25 gold for 2, that's fucking great. Yeah, everything here is actually a great deal. Whether or not you'll get, wow, 19 for 19 gold. Holy shit. That's crazy. Yeah, not every deal will be great. Some of these will be like 20,000 gold or whatever the fuck. But yeah, majority of these will be much cheaper than the 750 gold option. So that's another thing. And yeah, also I guess I should mention for fishing too, you could also get insect parts for very cheap. Because these are, yeah, these sell for not that much. So yeah, like 8 gold each, full stack for $1,000, half a stack for 700. Yeah, so you can get some of these too if you want to do the fishing endeavor. Like that much for 22 of those, that'd be a great deal too. So you could do that as well. Whichever one you want to choose, it's up to you. Fishing will be a little slower than this one, but it will be usually be much cheaper. Because you can get insect parts really easily from overland, but if you want to buy them, it's totally fair. But if you want to buy something, just go siege weapons instead. Okay, so once you've got some siege weapons, bring up your quick slots, just make sure you put them on. So in this case, they're found in, they're found in slottable items here. And then if you want to filter it out, you just go siege here. So Firebolt Ballista, we've got one there. And now we've got to go to Cyrodiil. So pick a campaign where your faction is doing okay. They don't need much. I mean, they don't need anything really, but to make it as like foolproof as possible, just go to a campaign where your faction at least owns a keep or 2. Right, so again, if you need a siege weapon, you can get siege merchants here. They sell them for 750 gold each. But just make sure you always get the right siege weapon for your faction. You can also get them in the crates when you level up. So the defense crate has Firebolt Ballistas. The assault crate also has the 5-pot trebuchets, which are a good alternative if you don't want to have to pay for anything. Alright, so what you're looking for, oh yeah, beautiful. So what you're looking for is these things here, these volunteering spawn locations. You can go out and use faction enemies and stuff, but this is just the easiest thing, I think. So there's one in each of the factions behind the keep walls. This is why you want a few keeps under your control, because once these gates are closed, enemy players can't access this area. And that happens when these keeps are under your control. So what we're looking for, yeah, these things here. So there's one in Ordinary Dominion down here behind this gate. Daggerfall has one up here. When this gate's closed, that one's not accessible by anyone else. And then this one over here, same thing, so this gate here. Alright, so once you reach the spot, you'll see this thing here. It's a Shivering Shrine with some golden saints. These are going to be your test subjects. So what you want to do is go to your quick slots, grab your Firebolt Ballista, treat it like a potion, just press the quick slot button, and just place it down here. If it's not letting you control where to place it, just go to settings, gameplay, and make sure quick cast is set not to on. Automatic or off is fine. So just go bonk, and then aim it at the enemies here. Try and line up like a couple at once. It might not be possible though, just depending on the time of day. Because yeah, if you can hit 2, you can complete the endeavor immediately. So I'm just going to shoot this guy as well. Just don't shoot each one twice because... Oh yeah, there we go. There were 2 anyway there. Because if you shoot them a second time, they will die. It's probably not a big deal. But if they die, it just means other people won't be able to use this option. So also try and find a spot that they can't reach. So this area, this rock here, they can't come up here. Each of the locations behind the scroll gate walls there's like a spot you can stand up here and they can't reach you. You just have to use your noggin to figure out where they are. Because yeah, it's like it's never mesh stuff. They can't come up here, so they just stand still, and eventually they will reset and get all of their health back. That's why you want to do this. Because yeah, as soon as they reset, health back, and other people can use the same thing. So yeah, that's the intention there. Yeah, that's the usually the quickest way to get the siege weapon done. Because it does say in the tooltip to play as guards or keeps, but that's a load of shit. You can just damage anything in Cyrodiil, and it doesn't matter. It'll always work. When you want to leave Cyrodiil, just go to the gates here, back to these, and then use these way shrines, and you can just use them like any other way shrine in the game. So I'm just going to use it to travel out here. Alright, let's look at fishing. So I use river bait, insect parts, because they're really easy to get, and river fishing holes are something that you can easily access as well. So insect parts. They are the easiest one to get because unlike the other ones which you need to find like cloth nodes and kill like zombies and shit, this one here you can get insect parts from torch bugs, which there is an area in Blakerock Isle, this area here, Scarshire Barrow, which has fucking crazy amounts of these all over the place. So these torch bugs are what you're grabbing. So just any of these you find, just grab them and get some insect parts. Do be aware of the skeletons here. Just understand that if you complete the quest, it makes them docile. Also another reason why this is so good. So yeah, just go through, collect all the torch bugs you find. You'll want to get around 15 or so. 12 to 15 is usually the amount I get. Just because sometimes you'll catch something that isn't a fish, and you'll need to use more bait than 8 at a time. So yeah, once you got about 15, that's more than enough, usually. If you want access to Scarshire Barrow, this way shrine isn't unlocked naturally unless you're on Ebonheart Pact side, like faction-wise. So go to Stonefalls, go to Davon's Watch. So while you do these other two, you can also do this one pretty easily. So from the way shrine, you just head down to the beach here. You'll see this anchor icon. Talk to this person that's here. She'll take you to Blakerock Isle. Now, if you can't find any torch bugs, just look around at the trees all around this area here, this area, and around here too. And also look for butterflies, which tend to like exist around alchemy plants like columbine and stuff. But yeah, you can see there's fucking heaps of these things over here. Also, you will rarely get a chance to get torchbug thorax from these as well. Another good reason I tend to do this, because these things are ridiculously expensive. Look at that, 600 gold for one. And you can just like run along here and just grab as many as you want. I'd say you've got like a 1 in 10 or 2 in 10 chance of getting a torchbug thorax from each one. The odds are pretty low, but it doesn't matter. They're so expensive to sell. It's worth it. Alright, once you've got enough bait, you want to head to this location in Stonefalls once again. It's got everything you need. This area here, this fishing spot. Brothers of Strife way shrine's the best way. If you don't have this way shrine, just use these houses here with home tours to do this as well. And you just travel south, get this way shrine, and you're good to go. You can start fishing straight away, basically. So when you get here, just head down the mountain. Down here, you can see a couple of torch bugs too if you want to grab some more insect parts. Yeah, if you end up running out. There's a few around the place, not many, but yeah, there's a few. So you're just looking for these here, these little splashy spots in the water. These are forever fishing holes. These are what you use the insect parts on. You can use other baits, but if you use a non-river bait in a river fishing hole, it just has a lower chance to give you a fish. So you're just wasting your time, basically, if you're using a different one. Now, do be aware there is one foul fishing hole here. This will require different bait types to get the efficient amount. So unless you have those bait types, just skip that one and just go for all the other ones. But there's plenty of other fishing holes here that you can use. So here we go, got a river fishing bait. You just press E once you've selected the bait, and now we just wait. So as soon as you see the fishing rod go upwards, you press E to reel in. That's all you have to do. And there we go, reel that in. We've got a river betty. Point at the fishing hole again, press E, and that is literally it. That is fishing. So yeah, it will take longer than the other options will, but it's very chill. You can just watch YouTube or whatever you want to do in the background. Just keep an eye on the little bubble thing. And yeah, you might have to do more than 8 of these. Like I said, sometimes you can get things that aren't fish. You can get things like gunny sacks. You can get things like... There's like a housing furnishing that's a fish. That doesn't count as catching a fish. It's very bizarre. But yeah, that's how it be. But yeah, there's really not much else to it. If you end up using up a fishing hole, just go to the next one. If you can't find any down here... What you want to do is head on your mount and basically go up that waterfall there. So you can do this by going up this hill. When you look at when you see the waystone, just go like a bit left of it. Go up here. Up this bit here. Don't go down there because sometimes you'll fall down and like you'll bounce off the like incline and you'll fall back down. I had that happen a lot of times. So there's a fishing hole here. One there. Basically, all the way over to here. There's like one spot here that you can sometimes get that's one, but that's just like far as they go. From here, if you can't find anything up here, there will almost certainly be one down in the bottom side of the waterfall, and that's it. That's fishing. This is also not really player impacted because the more players there are on a fishing hole, the quicker it goes down, but you get fish quicker. And the holes always regenerate in other places faster than you can use them up, as far as I've seen. So this shouldn't be an issue ever. It's based on what I've seen. I don't know. I haven't fished that much, but I have fished enough to know that this place has never really let me down. Okay, that'll be it for this Endeavour set. If you have any questions, you know the drill. Just give me a holler. But thanks everyone for watching. Thanks to your support as always. Wish you all a good rest of the week, and take care for now.